Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Pokemon HeartGold and SoulSilver Wi-Fi battle match. And I am so happy because I am 6 subscribers away from the big 5,000 subscribers. Of course that's not a lot, but I am very happy and I am very grateful to everybody that has subscribed so far to my videos and my channels as well. So as you can see, I believe 2 videos ago I requested you guys to leave in the comments a couple of Pokemons that you want me to use, and this time I'm actually using a Pokemon that Captain Koopa actually requested, and that one is the Nidoking, and his name also got changed by request number 1, and you will see it in a bit. As you can see, I'm going to start off with Gliscor, and he's going to start off with Jinx. He's going to go for Ice Beam. I predict the Ice Beam, of course, and go out into my Frankie. Then I proceed to go for the Meteor Match to try to take down his Jinx, but instead he goes out into his Milotic. Now, I don't really think that it's a better matchup to stay in here, so I'm going to make a switch here into Gyarados, predicting the Surf. But instead, he decided that it was more smarter to make a switch, or actually make a double switch and go out into his Electivire. Now, I do not fear the Electivire because, of course, I have this one requested, number 1, Nidoking here, to sponge this Thunder Punch, which is coming, and it didn't really do any damage because Nidoking is part ground and it doesn't affect him. So on the switch, I'm gonna go for the substitute, and this set is actually pretty awesome in my opinion. I'm gonna go for the Poison Jab behind my sub because that's super effective against this Shaman. And judging by the amount of damage that I actually did to this thing, you can probably guess that it's a defensive one. He's gonna go for the Seed Flare, which is a neutral damage to, or actually neutral to my Nidoking because it's part ground and also part poison. And against poison, of course, it's not super effective, but against ground, it's super effective. Now, I'm pretty much forced to switch out in here and go out into Frankie, predicting another Seed Flare. Now, as you can see, Frankie is resistant to it because of the Steel type, and I'm gonna take this opportunity right here to probably go for a Meteor Mash, or you guessed it, Explode, because I love exploding in the 4th generation. You need to keep in mind that the move Explosion actually is a lot more powerful in the 4th generation than in the 5th generation because of the added effect, which lowers the defense stats of your opponent that you use the Explosion on by a 50%. So it is actually a devastating move. It is like one hit KO most of the time if it's neutral damage against the Pokemon that you're using it against. So what's gonna happen here, and I'm gonna bring out my Fortress, and he's gonna bring out his Jinx. Now, I was not afraid of anything at this point, but when he decided to go for the Hidden Power, I was like, no, it cannot be fire, and I am so happy it's not fire. So I go boom, and a double boom behind, in a row, which is awesome. Now I take down 2 of his main Pokemons, which are Jinx and his Shaman because it's a tank, and it can probably go for the lead seed, and I know the living shit out of my team, so I don't want that to happen. So I am going to take precautions and go for the Explosion. Now, as you can see, Nidoking against Milotic is not a good matchup, so I'm gonna be forced to make another switch into my Gyarados, aka Rage. He's gonna go for the Ice Beam, probably predicting the switch back into Gyarados, which I tended to do before, and he probably was predicting the same switch once again, therefore goes for the Ice Beam instead of the Surf. Now, it's fine by me because his Ice Beam is not gonna do that much damage to my Gyarados, and I'm gonna take this opportunity to go for the Dragon Dance, and that's gonna bring me to +1 attack, +1 speed, which is gonna pretty much make me faster than his entire team. And what's gonna happen here is gonna go for the Hidden Power, which I was actually scared of being electric, but it was not electric. And for some reason I'm actually thinking, what is this guy doing? Because I remember when I asked him on Smogon, he said that he actually thought that it was electric, so he probably missapped his Milotic, and his Hidden Power is probably something else. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake here because that's like the only move that can do some heavy damage to the Milotic. Of course, it's not gonna one hit KO because Milotic has a very decent defense stats, and so that's just how it goes. He hits me, by the way, with a Ice Beam, and it's still not enough to take me down. He doesn't get a Freeze Hex, which is awesome, and I am gonna take this great chance to go for another Earthquake and take down this Milotic for good. Now, one thing I was actually thinking, why he did not want for the Recover or the Rest or something like that, but it seems like he doesn't have that, and I think that's a very odd move pool that he's got on his Milotic if it doesn't have Recover, of course. And yeah, that's weird. So he's gonna bring out his Hitmonlee right here, and he's gonna go for the Stone Edge. Super effective, takes down my Rage. Now you gotta keep in mind that he actually outspeeded me, which means he's Choice Scarf. Now he's locked into Stone Edge, and I'm gonna take this great chance to go ahead and send out my request number 1, which is gonna be my Nidoking. I'm gonna take this opportunity to go ahead and go for the substitute. Behind the sub, I'm gonna go for the awesome Focus Punch and basically punch the punching Pokemon of this game, and epic freaking voice crack right there. As you can see, he's gonna go for the Ice Punch, takes down my substitute. I hit him with a Focus Punch. It's not gonna do that much damage, which I was very surprised about. It did about like 52% damage or something like that. But to be more precise here, I'm gonna go for the Earthquake. I ended up being faster than him because this Nidoking is actually max speed with Jolly Nature, and it's a beast. I gotta tell you, it's a beast. Unfortunately, it was not enough to take him down, and for some random reason, he decided to go for the Drain Punch. I can't quite remember what the reason were for why he actually went for the Drain Punch. Maybe predicting a switch or something like that, because maybe what he was thinking, I was afraid of another Ice Punch, and therefore I was probably going to switch. Not the case. He goes for the Mag Punch because as his last effort, manages to bring me down to 37 HP, which is in red health, and my Select Berry is gonna activate, which is of course once again gonna make me faster than his entire team, even faster than his Hitmonlee, by the way, which is awesome. I'm gonna be able to finish off his Hitmonlee. His Hitmonchan with an Earthquake, and now his Emily is gonna make an appearance. Earthquake to the face, or actually to the ground. Not gonna be enough sufficient to take him down, but it's definitely gonna bring him down to red. Nidoking requested #1 Pokemon from Captain Koopa, did an amazing job in this game, and I totally loved it. If you guys wanna go ahead and leave down in the comments Pokemon that you want me to use, you're free to do so. You get a shout out, and also I use the Pokemon that you requested in a very good way. So as you can see, I'm gonna bring on my Powerhouse. He's locked into close combat actually, because of the Choice Scarf that he's holding, and that's gonna give me the opportunity to go for the Dragon Dance and basically be able to outspeed once again the rest of his team, and also be able to pretty much take the victory of this game. The poison is gonna take him down, by the way, which he got poisoned by the Poison Point ability of my Nidoking, and that was just amazing. That Nidoking went away, or actually went down with a bang, absolutely poisoning his opponent as a last effort. I totally love that Nidoking. I'm gonna go for Outrage to take down his last Pokemon, which is gonna be Electivire. I could have gone for the Earthquake, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for the overpowered Outrage after the Dragon Dance. And that was pretty much the game, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My voice is still returning. I'm still a little bit sick, but I thank you very much for watching. I love you guys forever, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.